All right, so the five love languages. The five love languages. I remember being locked up, and this book was a book everybody wanted, right? I kept hearing, "Hey, bro, let me get next on that book, man. Let me get next on that book." I knew me being Mexican, and it was all the black people who had all these spiritual books because the girl was trying to put them on some. I was probably never gonna see this book, so but I'm kind of glad because it kind of would have distracted me, right? Because I was building on self empowerment, not love, right? So this is not coming from a hater perspective when I say this. The only five love languages you need are called are the five love languages of your organs. Okay? So a lot of people want to understand how to work with their emotions. The best way to work with your emotions is to work with your organs. That's right. Each organ has a different sound, right? And this book right here, Awakening the Healing Light, this man's life work, he goes around to Europe and he's not really big in America because of, you know, um, he teaches a lot of how to get over things that might be holding you down health wise, right? Um, in his work, he found out these organs have a tune that needs to be attuned daily. You ever hear people? This is like the new people who are getting into the woke terminology. When a lot of people say, "Oh, tap in, man, yeah, tap in." Okay, the way you tap in with these organs are to attune it with um with a sound. So it's sometimes you can listen to some hertz frequency, some flute music in the background, but the most important thing to attune your organs is through your own vocal cords. That's right. Your own voice is so powerful, your organs will listen to your voice, right? We're just always put down by the modern day preachers. Oh, you're full of sin, you're filthy, and da 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 da. Look, you're a beautiful creature. And not only that, you have the power to work with your own organs. Once you once you establish a relationship with your organs, then this is where healing can take place in your life. Oh, I said the H word. Healing is a bad word, I guess, because you can't really say that. Um, but this book will take you there. Okay, there's a lot of practices, there's a lot of good information. Take it one step at a time. I would do the inner smile. The technique he talks about in here is the inner smile. That's looking into your body and smiling at every body part, everything. That's tapping in, really. That's how you tap in. Going inside. The kingdom of heaven is what? Inside. Your treasures are what? Inside. Your organs are part of that treasure. My treasure hunters. All right. Get your emotions right. Right. This is how you do it. You work with these organs. Now each organ has a sound, and it walks you through that. Um, this is not just a Chinese medicine thing. I want that to be very understood. As a Mexican American, we have to understand that this is not just Chinese medicine. We have to understand that as a Mexican American, we look at Freemasons. Some of us understand of it. A lot of us understand it. A lot of us don't. A lot of us wants to be scared about it and stuff like that. As a Mexican American, I'm gonna tell you right now, these European in America, as Mexicans, we have to live with them and understand their systems. One thing we need to understand is Freemasons and all these secret societies, these are traditions, okay? These are American traditions, nothing to be scared of, okay? This is how they work. All right. Back then they used to wear white robes over their head. Remember that? And they used to ride on horses and terrorize neighborhoods. That's tradition for them. Okay, they used to have people hanging from trees and have picnics. If you go look at the photos, people are happy and jolly like this. It's a carnival. It's a it's um it's a tradition. All right. So why am I saying this? These güeros would like to put out information through books because Mexican Americans, most of us don't read this type of information. Me being me, and y'all having a homeboy like me, I always tend to look into libraries I'm not probably not even supposed to be looking into, but I do. So, Jojo, what did you find looking into these libraries? I found a book called a book called Your Glands Are Your Guardians, right? Your glands. Y'all know glands from the body, glands from the body, sweat glands, and okay, they're talking about the organs, how there are guardians, and it was a apologia. It was an apology book that they wrote down. It was a treaty of apologia, is what it's called. An apology that these fools put out in the books to each other. I just happened to pick the book up. In this book, it was apologizing why the youth are being incarcerated on a high mass scale. Because why? They don't know how to deal with their emotions, right? We know this. We know this. But the number one secret is that they don't know how to deal with their own organs, right? Everyone's different. So the way that our tribulations with our organs are all going to be different. Okay, we're all going to have different emotional problems. So even though it's a technique that everybody can use, everybody's working with it, it's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different results because everyone has different problems. Entiendes?